Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Marvellous Monday. Hope you're well, folks, wherever you are. If you think it's Get Rich Quick, you're in the wrong place. This is the wrong podcast. This is the wrong live for you. Welcome to another Wealth Coffee Chat. Hope you're all awesome and well. Well, good morning, everyone. Good to see you. A few of the early birds up and at it, which is awesome. Welcome to terrific Tuesday. Wealth Coffee Chat, back at it, 2 days in. Feeling good, folks. Hope you're all awesome and well. Do the quick hellos and intros as we do. Most of you know this, but if you're brand new to the show, hello, welcome. Jason Witten's my name. We've been doing this for a while, 10 past 8 each weekday morning, workday, Queensland time. It's pretty annoying, actually, the damn daylight savings, but, we make it work. Good to see a bunch of the regulars on. Great to have you back in the show. If you're new, say hello. Let us know in the chat. Love to hear from you. I know a bunch of new people joined our mentoring program just recently. So if that might be you, then welcome, hello. Big shout out to Kevin, always here. James, always on as well. Donna, checking in. Good to see you, Donna. Bryce, morning to you, mate. There's Luke and Sonia. Always great to have you in the house, Sonia. Fantastic to have you here. Thought we might do a little bit of something to kick off the year and talk about the idea, folks, of property investing and sort of the big picture when it comes to investing. The idea that, what's it all about? It's easy to say. It rolls off the lips fairly easily, doesn't it? Property investing. I'm a property investor. But those who are in the know it's a lot easier to say than actually successfully do. And after 20 plus years hanging out with well over 10,000 property investors, looking at people's financials, helping them, coaching them through the ups and downs of life and investing, we've distilled it down into a few things that probably over the next 4 to 6 weeks, because it's a bit chunky, I'm going to sort of share some of this stuff with you guys. So hopefully let everyone know. Hopefully we can share it in sort of consumable pieces over sort of 15 to 20 minutes each day with our Wealth Coffee Chats. Just enough, not too much, not too little, maybe to get the hang of things as we go. But let me know in the chat, bunch of you on right now, as a property investor, what's the primary thing? What's the thing? What's the goal? What's the aim for you? Yes, you might want to buy multiple properties and you might want to buy, this, that, and the other and whatever it might be. Hey, good morning, Alison. Hopefully you're not too sweating up there in Darwin. You're up in Darwin, aren't you? Northern Territory. I know you were moving. I'm pretty sure I saw last night you'd already moved. Hope you're settling in all right. Good to see you here. But listen, folks, let me know in the chat just quickly, what's the primary outcome for you as a property investor? What's the point? For me, for you, what's the outcome? What's the thing? Give us a bit of a one-worder or a simple description for all of us as we embark on this thing. 90% humidity, yuck, as we go along as property investors. For me, folks, the idea is that at some point in the future, my property investing creates an income from the things we do, we own and invest in. Oh, that's awesome, Luke. Purpose and legacy, nice, Alison. Boom, nice, Luke. That is so good. fantastic to see. Well done. Alison saying, hey, listen, purpose and legacy. I want the assets to release me from certain things or amplify certain things in my life so I can do those sorts of things with. And, you know, at the end of the day, most of us have a similar version of the world. We want to take some of our efforts that we go to work each day, exchange time for money, and we want to turn them into something in the future that we might do. We might do some things for ourselves, travel, have fun, whatever it might be. We might do some things for the people we love, and we might do things for the greater world in general. Whatever it is, you know, the idea that property investing can be part of, or maybe all of, that vehicle for us is something I want to discuss with you guys over the next 4 to 6 weeks as we take a bit of a deep dive into where we're at and what I think we can have a bit of a look at. So let's get into it. Let's have a bit of a conversation about our mentoring and coaching. And most of you are involved in that as we go along. What have we discovered? What have we seen over the years that has led to some really interesting conversations as a coach and an investor? Well, you know, the idea that most of us have a desire, a goal, but we need someone to help us out. We want to find out where we're at. Where are we at right now? If we want to go somewhere, let's say we want to buy 5 properties, and you want that to create an income or create some wealth or whatever that might be. Where are you now? Question mark. All right. And the idea is, how do we work that out? We find economic, financial activity opportunities in our situation and work out what we can do with them. The most valuable thing most of us have, we don't really make the most of. The number one wealth creation tool in the beginning for all of us in our journey when we first start is our income, folks. Our income, our dollars, our income, we can turn into leverage, we can turn into assets and so on. So where are you on that? How much money can you borrow? What is your income? What does it look like to start with? What do we need it to do when we go forward? Question mark. What is that? What is the forward goal? How much money do we want to aim at? And, you know, some people get, you know, maybe a little bit weird about talking about money. Well, you have to talk about it. It's a pretty important thing. I've tried living without it, and I've tried living with it, and I can tell you, folks, it seems to be a lot easier living with it and with a bit more than the basics. So I can tell you that, you know, you need to talk about money. Certainly if you've got a goal and you go, hey, where I am is not sufficient for what I need. What do I need? You know, let's say you have a 0 balance of passive income. That purple's not very good. I'll change that color. Let's say you've got a 0 of passive income, which is income from your assets into the future that's always going to be replenishable. And you want, let's say, you know, this number comes up quite often, 100K. All right, well, where am I with my assets? I've got a 0 in my passive income column. I want 100K. What do we do? How do we work that out, right? How do we do that? You know, what's holding us back? What are the things that we need to do financially, you know, knowledge, action? Sometimes it's an emotional block. Sometimes we have some thoughts and some feelings around money and wealth which aren't very healthy, all right? And we got to rearrange those, you know. You know, a lot of people I talk to in the early days have leftover baggage about, you know, rich people are assholes and money's the root of all evil and all this bullshit. You know, you bring you to the activity, and you know, money is an accelerator. Money's an amplifier. Wealth is an amplifier of, you know, the quality of life if you use it well, and the quality of impact you can have in the world. So, you know, where is it? What's holding you back? How do we become, you know, the 1% club, folks? Nice, Alison. I love Marcus. He's great for that sort of stuff. Brilliant, Luke. And it's so good, right? And as we all do this, folks, you have a goal. And listen to me, 15, 20 years ago, I plucked the number out of my, plucked the number out of the air and said, oh, this is my goal. And, to be quite honest, in the back of my mind, I kind of, I only believed 50, 60, 80% that I could. And as life got a bit longer and I got a bit more experience, I realized that goal was I was going to smash it. And then some, and then some, and then some. And it's so cool. So, it's so awesome, Luke, for you to, hitting that goal, because, folks, it only compounds. Luke's got his passive income from real estate at 160. How does that turn into positive cash flow? Well, it's the difference between what Luke has to pay out and what he gets to keep. And over time, what he gets as income goes up. What his expenses will probably go down when it comes to loans and other bits and pieces. Luke's talking about paid his home off. And then the gap, the opportunity is the wealth, right? As we go along. And do you have a plan? What's your plan? And most importantly, which I think is the most important thing around, all of this is great. All of this is kind of theoretical, but you've got to take some action and you've got to get your team around you. You've got to get a great team around you, right? A mentoring coach, someone who's been there, done that, and can help you get to the nitty gritty, the info, the knowledge, create a plan that's going to suit you and your lifestyle. Lending specialists, people who specialize in finance for investors, an acquisitions team, a buyer's agent, an investment agency who can go out and find your deals, because you're working often to begin with. This is not a full-time gig for you, but you want to have someone working on it full time for you. How do you do that? Well, most of you know that's what being part of the Positive Real Estate coaching and mentoring program is all about. Getting access to, these experts, this 6-star team, property managers, accountants, and other specialist providers, financial planners, and so on, as away we go. So, here's the drill, right? This is the deal. How do we what's the process of now turning that into something? All right. The whole idea is, where are we now? Where do you want to be? What's holding you back? And do you have a plan to change or improve the answers to those questions as we go forward? Right. Yeah, you're dead right, Alison. And sometimes it's so damn hard to sit around for, sometimes years and keep yourself motivated, not get distracted, and get the next deal. The first 1 to 3 deals are the damn hardest, folks. So stick with it. That's for sure. So yeah, I know, Alison, and big shout out to you, buddy. You are always staying positive, staying connected to the education, the information, and away we go. Jeff, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome back to the new year. Good to see you. So, folks, that's the drill. That's the gist of it. And sometimes that's why I like to sort of go back and, review some information of where we're at as investors, because new or something new is not. Here's one thing that I know for a fact when it comes to building your passive income property investment portfolio. There's 4 P's there, PPP. You don't like it doesn't have to be new, folks. It gets quite boring, actually. Once you've got the bulk of the info and you got things sorted, you've got to be able to put up with boredom. One of my big bits of advice for most property investors is, listen, seriously, get a damn hobby and leave your properties alone. Buy them, buy well. Don't bloody sell, leave them be, right? They need a bit of time to mature and blossom into something amazing. You need to maintain them and put some money in sometimes and take care of it. But listen, get a damn hobby and leave them alone. But, have you got a plan? What is that? You've got your coach in place. And what sort of plan is that? A plan to create an amazing team around you. And these are the things, folks, we're going to sort of dive into over the next few weeks, and I'm going to sort of dive into these ideas, these steps, these functions, these conversations. So as a property investor, we get this stuff tuned up. All right. You know, 6-star team. Who are they? What do they do? And do they do it for us? You know, the 3 stages of our wealth. Which stage are you in? Right. We've talked about this last year, and I'll talk about this until I kick the bucket. Let's be frank and let's be honest. You need to know what stage you're in to know what to ask of your 6-star team, because you know, saying you're in lifestyle or legacy, which is very different behavior to an aggressive acquisitions phase, etc. All right. So what are those things? Like, what are those stages? As a property investor, there are 7 really important plans that you need to master. You need to master and understand and be really detailed about what these plans are and how they fit into, let's be honest. So we've got an acquisition plan, the plan for purchasing, the lending plan. Now that plan changes over time. Your property management plan. Folks, you know, your property manager will spend more time with your real estate than you ever will, okay? A tax minimization plan. No, the government doesn't deserve not 1 red cent more than you legally have to pay. So get that dialed. Debt reduction at some point. Debt reduction is smart. A financial plan outside of your acquisition and your properties. How does your wealth flow and how do you protect it as well? And an acceleration plan. At the right point, folks, you can drop the clutch. I don't know if you're into driving, whatever. You can drop the clutch. You can kick this sucker into, you know, 3rd and 4th and 5th gear. You can get it on the freeway. You can put it on cruise control. You can accelerate and it becomes easier. And it does over time, you know. Who do you need and what bit of the plan stages? Because, folks, you know, when it comes down to it, there's 4 parts of this. There's 4 modules. The income, the asset, that's above, and that's the positive stuff. And the debts and the taxes, how do you manage those? And, you know, myself and Sam, we've spent 30 plus years as investors, you know, in his world of real estate, my world of coaching and financials. And we've got a couple of systems. Mine's called the Wealth Identity System. I'm going to go into showing you guys a deeper dive on this over the next few weeks. You know, Sam has his Forex plan. If we get these 2 models right, we understand what we need to do. You know, income versus risk. If I increase my income, I increase my wealth. That's what happens. And what's your plan to increase your income? Okay. Asset. You are what assets you're going to create the plan and accelerate the plan. You know, taxes. That need to be minimized, not maximized. You keep more of what you earn and minimize your taxes across all of those quadrants. And your debt, how do you have buying power and servicing? When do you pay it off? What's good debt? What's bad debt? It's those 3 parts or 4 parts to, you know, the Forex growth plan, Sam's world of understanding how property grows and how you as an investor gather your team around all of those stages to make it work, folks, to make it work. So, so there you go. Bit of a quick one. No, it's not quick anyway. It's time, but a conversation around big picture, and we're going to drill into the detail over the next, you know, 4 to 6 weeks, as well as an eye on what's going on out there. Plum, but yeah, and awesome, Alison. I know the timings with settings and other things can be a bit of pain, but always great to have you here. Anytime you can join us. Love your energy and appreciate support. And the replays are always there, folks, so make sure you tap on them. So that's it for me today. As always, thanks for joining. And if you do have any questions, any thoughts, any hey, just leave it in the chat for me, because I'll always go back and have a look at the comments. And if there's something you want me to talk about, then I'll dive to that as well. There you go. Anyway, folks, that's it from me today. Good to see you. And join me tomorrow. We do it each day, 8:10-ish. And we'll have another conversation about what's going on. Until then, folks, that's it from me. You guys take care. Remember, a couple of sayings around here. You guys know the drill. Buy well, don't sell. This thing's a marathon, not a sprint. Yeah. Back at you, Alex. Happy New Year to you, mate. Good to see you, Sonia. Thanks for joining. All right, that's it, folks. Join me tomorrow. Hopefully, we can connect then. Till then, take care. Bye for now. See you, folks.